Civilization in space goes to a mega new level, with Galactic Civilizations IV introducing its megastructures. And in this video, I'm going to take you through my highlights as we take a look at these big bad boys, with my thanks to Stardock for sponsoring this video and providing me with an early access look. If you'd like to check out the Megastructures DLC, you can do so using my link down below. Now, let's get into the video. We begin with the harvesting of dead worlds and the introduction of one of two new resources in Gal Civ 4's Megastructures DLC, Gigamass. Gigamass present on dead worlds devoid of life, and it is indeed one of the first technologies, the first technology that you'll unlock as part of the new engineering chain of technologies devoted to all of these megastructures. So, first, we're going to need to build some planet harvesters, a new type of ship that we can, if we choose, send out automatically, by the way, to auto-harvest these dead worlds. Over time, they will harvest the Gigamass from the worlds, and this will be very important for building essentially every single structure. And of course, there's a little bit of a race here to see who can get out first and harvest that precious Gigamass, on top of managing the things that you may already be familiar with in any game of Gal Civ, like the freaky alien creatures you'll come up against, exploring the galaxy and its anomalies, as well as the core 4X functions of building planets, building civilization. Speaking of civilization, you're going to need energy to fuel these new mega structure pursuits. Let's talk about the Dyson Sphere and the second new resource, energy. As we begin to ascend and become a Class 2 civilization, we're going to need a whole lot more energy, and thankfully, we'll be able to harvest the stars around us using this, the first new megastructure I'll be introducing, perhaps my favorite outside of the Ringworlds, the Dyson Sphere. And again, a new ship. This time, the Stellar Architect can be sent out to a star, and providing we have that Gigamass to use, we'll be able to build a Dyson Sphere, generating a whole load of energy and fueling future megastructure production. The exact amount of that production is determined by the star's color. So as well as there being a sort of a race to get the Gigamass, there's also this kind of more desirable and perhaps less desirable. In terms of Dyson Spheres, really, white is the best one, and the rest of them will have somewhat limited output. So a race for a Dyson Sphere around a white star is the ideal goal here, though the others will still provide reasonable energy and they're probably still worth constructing, particularly as we begin to move through the tech tree and try and find some more advanced megastructures to build as we try and advance our civilization into a future class. Now, if you're a little bit concerned about the structures, how long they take to build, the investment, as well as, of course, defending them, as they will need to be defended and can be invaded just like any other planet in the system, you could choose to embrace a different type of construction. Here inside of my homeworld, JumboPixel Prime, for example, I'm having a look at building a solar farm, a solar array. It's not going to be anywhere near as good as my Dyson Sphere. So with my sphere, many spheres in hand, as well as a few solar farms, the question then becomes, what do I do with all of this new found energy? And the Stellar Nexus may very well be a good place to spend it. This is the second mega structure I'll be looking at in this video, introduced of course inside of the DLC, and it will provide us with one great leap forward. The Stellar Nexus is this massive mechanical engineering feat around a star. The scale is huge, and it comes with a whole load of options, a whole load of different augments, leaning into different resources, of course, like technology, fueling both my tech generation and also giving it a little bit of armor. Alternatively, we could look down the manufacturing route or the economic route. Either way, you can see you can choose from a few different improvements here, even early on with the Stellar Nexus, and really upgrade this bad boy. The benefits that you'll get are fairly strong, and of course the cost to build it is fairly high. Again, the color of the star has a big impact on the augment effects. the color of the star, ultimately determining the kinds of effects that we'll be able to unlock. Though the real power is hidden toward the end of the tree, right at the end with Tier 3 augments. These are civilization-wide, unlike Tier 1, and wholeheartedly super duper powerful. These are, I believe, designed to be the kind of end-game wow factor. Incredible amounts of power and benefits inside of a Stellar Nexus if you can make it to that Tier 3 upgrade. This bad boy, for example, just a massive military powerhouse right at the edge of my civilization. In order to move around those edges, thankfully, we have another megastructure introduced, this one around black holes. Enabling FTL space travel like you've not seen before, stellar gateways can be built on black holes. Again, using the Stellar Architect, and these are of course specific to the black holes, requiring yet again energy that we're producing in our Dyson Spheres to maintain. They effectively act, as you might imagine, as gateways, bridging and connecting different parts of this wonderful world. Particularly useful if you're playing on a larger map, something I wasn't doing here. I like a short, small, fast-paced game. However, Galactic Civilizations IV opens up huge possibilities to play really massive games. And I think it's those kinds of players who will see the most benefit out of these gateways. However, all of us can get behind one thing. Ringworlds and Ringworlders are awesome. The Megastructures DLC introduces these megastructures, though of course you may find some ruined Ringworlds around the map right from the start. Or potentially as you move through the tree, you may be introduced to a very powerful Ringworld planet. Or take your Stellar Architect, find yourself a nice star, somewhere pretty, and build up a fair amount of Gigamass, and you'll be able to build your own Ringworld. These worlds are potentially, almost certainly, the most expensive megastructure that you'll build. Not just, again, in terms of that time it takes to construct, but also, of course, what we've been building up to this whole time, energy. They will naturally take quite a bit of energy. Built again around a precious star, you'll also get some nice overall benefits out of all of the megastructures, by the way, but particularly here with the Ringworlds. And these worlds are class 39 planets. What does that mean? Well, it means, as you can see, they are literally classified as amazing, and rightly so. We should probably jump into it and take a look at just why. They are effectively paradise within a system. All of the tiles are contiguous, far more so than a naturally occurring planet, and that means you can take advantage of Galactic Civilizations IV's adjacency bonuses unlike you can anywhere else. These are potentially not just my favorite, but also the ultimate megastructure as a result. It's important to note, speaking of megastructures, the DLC changes other things as well, like introducing planetary upgrades, new orbitals, as well as upgraded orbitals, about 20 collectively in total. You can also use Gigamass to upgrade your ships, with new upgrades available there too. Overall, the Megastructures DLC is largely focused toward the mid and end game, providing these massive structures, huge amounts of Gigamass and energy to shape a far more powerful galactic empire as you move through. Though, as I've mentioned, some of the stuff like the technologies, the Rimworlders quest chain is available almost right from the word go, starting, I think, at turn 2. And that brings us to the end of this video. Thanks again to Stardock for sponsoring it and providing me with an early access look. If you'd like to take a look at the Megastructures DLC or Galactic Civilizations IV more broadly, you can do so as a gentle reminder yet again using my link down below. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you in the next one.